This is a good pitch to hit. 2-0.
3 balls and no strikes.
There he was, looking very befuddled and confused. He thought he hit that ball a little better. I'd give him a hit sign here.
3-0, not even close. Second walk given up by Manny Ibar, and the Mets with 1 down have runners on at first and third. Ibar looked like he was just working around Hundley, setting up a possible double play.
I don't think he had any intention of pitching to Todd there. So as a hitter, when they do that and you're in the on-deck circle, you want to make them regret doing that. This is a situation to really get your fire going and drive in the runs, make it hurt.
Baerga has grounded into 18 double plays this year. 1 down, first and third. Breaking ball is in for a strike. Nobody beats the Wiz out of town scoreboard. Cubs winning today. 2 in the bottom of the 9th to do it. Lots of finals in now from the games that started at 7 in particular. Dodgers still trying to hang in. Long shot for the wild card. Baerga with an 0-1 count. And we'll have to wait. Our Toyota American League scoreboard. Orioles losing, but boy, they've been hot. The Red Sox are going to be tough to catch.
I don't think they're going to do it.
1 down, 2 on. Popped it up. The Shields. Piazza's got to stay at third. Now there are 2 down.
Shortstop Ray Ordonez.
Carlos popped up in a similar situation in the first game. It's a high fastball. He's mad at himself there. It's a high fastball out of the strike zone.
So that will leave it up to Ray Ordonez with 2 away here in the 4th inning. After Piazza let it off with a double, moved over to third on a ground ball out. The walk to Hundley. Got Baerga. We'll see if Ordonez can deliver the big 2-out hit.
You know, getting back to hitting the pitcher in that 8-hole, then you're leaving your 7-hitter open to being walked intentionally, and your 7-hitter in your lineup is not a field mouse up there. It's a decent hitter.
That's what the Cardinals do, of course, we were talking about earlier. In the dirt. Ball 1.
Does that make sense to you?
Well, I would say the only that if you're Tony La Russa, you've got to believe that you're not really concerned about your number 7 hitter very much, that you're not giving him much credit.
Yeah, and tonight it's Tom Lampkin, the young catcher. Boy, we had Ray Knight hitting 7th in our lineup. I wouldn't want them with the pitcher hitting behind Ray Knight and getting Ray Knight walked all the time.
Again away. 2 balls and no strikes. Lampkin setting up way outside on those first 2 pitches to Ray Ordonez.
If you look at the well, maybe we should talk about it when they're up next inning, but really the Cardinal lineup, with Gant having the bad year from 5 all the way down to 9, is not exactly murderer's row.
No, it's the American League home run ball. 2-0 count, 2 down, first and third for the Mets. Manny Ibar. Is he pitching around Ray Ordonez? Going to load him up with a pitcher?
I wouldn't.
He's not even close.
23-year-old pitcher here. I don't think so.
But they're going to give him an intentional pass.
Well, 3-0 now.
But I don't think he ever intended to throw a strike. Lampkin was looking over into the dugout, and they weren't even close to Ray Ordonez, and he almost throws it away. So the intentional pass given. Third walk, first intentional. The bases are loaded now.
Pitcher Armando
with Armando Reynoso coming up.
I don't think that he intended to pitch around him. I think he got behind. I think he overthrew. Now, as 3-0, you put another runner, you walk him intentionally, put another runner in scoring position. I don't know. Reynoso swings a good bat.
Yeah. Armando's batting .214 on the year. Obviously limited chances since getting back. He's had 3 hits, 14 at bats. Called out on strikes his first time up. So the base is loaded here with 2 down, and the Mets leading at 1-0 in the 4th inning. Reynoso, the chance to do real damage. Boy, almost a balk. Was that close? Mike Piazza started jumping around at third base, and Manny Ibar, you could see him flinch, but he was under enough control to step off, but he hurried his set position, looking over at third base at Piazza.
Well, here it is right here. Catcher, they don't know what to throw here. Whoa, he almost broke with his hands too quick. You're right.
Piazza started jumping, and so did Ibar. 2 down. In with a strike. Piazza started with a double. He's the lead runner at third. Todd Hundley drew a walk. He's now at second, and the intentional pass to Ray Ordonez at first. Oh, 1 delivery. Reynoso on a check swing, strike 2.
Well, the young man here is showing some poise anyway. Here he had, he pretty much pitched around Hundley. Got Baerga to go after a bad pitch. Was nowhere near the strike zone against Ordonez. Gets Reynoso up here with the bases loaded. Leads him off with a nasty curveball in a good spot. Then comes up and in to get ahead 0-2.
Whoa. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He wanted that one.
He did want it. Sometimes you wonder if the umpires just think because the catcher's setting up outside, it's going to be a breaking ball. One of the best pitches in the game when a hitter's set up and worried inside is popping a good fastball in the outside corner.
1-2 count at Armando Reynoso. There's the fastball, and there's the strikeout. Got to put a tag on. Ball was dropped. No, he got him. Had it long enough. Didn't have to make a throw. Lampkin thought he was going to have to, but he didn't. And that will do it. Ibar gets the strikeout, and it's still Mets 1, Cardinals nothing. Back after this from Omnipoint. 52,320, the sellout crowd on hand here tonight at Shea Stadium for the doubleheader. There's the Mets thanking the crowd in attendance here tonight.
Well, Garrett, I think that maybe this ball was in the dirt, and of course with the bases loaded, all the catcher has to do is get the force out. He obviously didn't catch it. Tag home plate. That's smart play by Mr. Lampkin. So as a catcher, he should know that.
Yeah, and he did.
Because that's probably one of the a very unique play for him. Probably won't happen too much in his career, but he's aware of it.
Strikeout for Ibar and a put out at the plate on another runner by the catcher.
Right, so it's be K2U, right?
There you go. Very good.
Thank you.
I like that. Let's take a look at our new Dodge quiz. Name the only player in Mets history to hit 3 grand slams in one season. It occurred in 1976. Keith knows,
I think.
Okay, we'll let the fans think about it. Placido Polanco. First ball hitting, second base, Carlos Baerga. Over to John Olerud, 1 pitch and 1 out. Polanco hitting on the number 9 spot. 0 for 2 now. A couple ground ball outs off the end of the bat off Reynoso. Reynoso has walked 4, struck out 4.
I know in the course of a season you're going to have bad at bats. You can't help it. That is not good first ball hitting right there. I mean, it was a good pitch. It was a pitcher's pitch. Slider, knee high, outside corner. Kind of want to maybe take that one, or if you're looking for it and you're red hot. But then again, there's a lot of young players on this team that are out there playing for the Cardinals.
Delino DeShields showed bunt, takes it up high. You were one of the best at that, Keith. You do not want to give up at bats. I mean, John Olerud does that now. You don't ever give up an at bat.
Right. I mean, Steve Garvey gave me the great. Oh, Pete Rose and Steve Garvey. When you got 1 hit, you want 2. When you got 2, you want 3, 4, you want 5. Did I say that right?
Yep.
No matter if the score's 10-0, winning or losing, never give up that last at bat. You want that hit, whether the game's on the line or not.
1-1 to DeShields. And if John Olerud wins a batting title again, that'll be one of the reasons why. He never, ever gives up an at-bat. And by the way, we did check. Dante Bichette went 2 for 4 for Colorado. Larry Walker did not play. Bichette's now hitting .342, added a point to his total.
So there's a race.
There's a race.
I mean, John Olerud is the better hitter of the two, but the other factor in there is that Mr. Bichette plays his home games in Mile High, Denver, Colorado.
Well, he puts up big numbers. 2-2 delivery inside. You got a lot of hitters there. I mean, you got Walker and Guerrero and Jason Kendall and Vinny Castilla all kind of knotted together. Those are the current numbers.
Jason Kendall just kind of come out of nowhere, and he's held it all year. He's been consistently in that 330, 340 area.
John, of course, won the title with Toronto in the American League. DeShields fights that one off. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals with 1 down, nobody on. Kendall ended up with a 2 for 3 today for Pittsburgh. Trying to have that rare occasion in which a catcher wins a batting title. 3-2 again on the way to Delino DeShields, and he got it. That's 5 strikeouts now for Armando Reynoso. 2 down.
This is a backdoor breaking ball in the outside corner. I'm sure if the perfect pitch would have been knee high. It's up on the strike zone a little bit, but the fact is that he started it outside. Starts out a ball. Hitter tends to quit on it. Broke back on the outside corner, black. And you just sit there as a hitter and go, doggone it. Why did I quit on that ball?
John Mabry up. Walken is grounded out. DeShields is not an easy strikeout victim. A good contact hitter generally. 1-0 count.
Another guy that was injured during the season. He missed 32 games. Doing a DL on July 9th. Arthroscopic surgery to his knee.
Cardinal team really devastated by injuries to important people. Starting pitchers, regulars in the lineup.
You lost Andy Bennis to Arizona. That was, I mean, front office ought to be shot for that.
2-0 delivery. John Mabry swings through that one. 2-1. Cardinals, of course, will draw $3 million this year. Largely because of Mark McGwire, of course.
Yeah, it's a team that's basically out of it, and it's obvious that he's money in the bank for the organization there. That's a great baseball town. I can't tell you enough of how I enjoyed playing 8.5 years there. My first 8.5 years of my career.
So loyal year after year. 2-1 to Mabry. Breaking ball again, and it missed. 3-1. Armando Reynoso 3-2 lifetime against the Cardinals. First start against them this year. Only his 5th start. Chicago, LA, Colorado, and Arizona, the teams he has beaten. With a 4-0 record. He's got a 1-0 lead here. Mabry 3-2.
And Mabry just really dropping his back shoulder, which if you're looking at home right now, it's his shoulder, his left shoulder. Just really dropping it in a 45-degree angle with his shoulders to the ground. That's why he can't touch a pitch up and away. It makes him a dead low ball hitter.
But he gets a walk. 5th walk, 1 intentional. And with 2 away, Mabry's on, and you don't want to do that when the next guy up is Mark McGwire.
That's back-to-back. He walked Mabry with McGwire coming up, and that's...
Wow.
Sure, it's not what he wants to do.
So McGwire in a 1-0 ball game with the Mets on top. 134 walks for him on the year. Breaking ball away, ball 1.
Didn't miss by much. That just shows that McGwire is just a very, very patient hitter, too. He's become more disciplined as he's gotten older. He's 34 years old now. He's become much more patient at the plate.
1-0 delivery by Reynoso. Pull that one back on him. 1-1.
Great changeup. Outside corner, knee high. It's not easy for a right-hander to throw a changeup to a right-hand hitter and vice versa.
Active leaders, home runs. Mark McGwire on top. Bonds, Carter, Canseco, and Ripken.
Let's get this umpire out of the way.
1-1. Breaking ball, and it tied McGwire up 1-2.
Well, this is an impressive breaking ball here. He's 2/3 of the way home here. Definitely fooled him. Locked him up. It'll be curious to see what every pitch has been away. I'll be curious to see what the pitch selection is.
One, two down.
They're going to stay away from him.
In the dirt. Good stop by Piazza.
Another changeup. Can we get this second base umpire to move here? Like, give me a rifle.
McGwire 10 home runs off left-handers, 41 off right-handers. Spread it out at home and on the road. 27 at home, 24 on the road. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a great bait pitch right there. That just didn't miss by much.
Flash bulbs. Watch this when the pitch comes.
Those are the Rolling Stones.
Points of light for Mark McGwire. 3-2, 2 down. Mayberry will be running. And McGwire again tied up with a breaking ball. Back after this from Ford. Back to Shea. The Mets have the 1-0 lead. Gary Thorne, Keith Hernandez, and Mark McGwire frozen up in a couple on that last one.
This is the breaking ball. I know he wanted to get him more in the outside corner, but it started at his shoulder and buckled him. And that was that.
It also has got 6 strikeouts in the game, and McGwire's 2 of them. Lenny Harris, 1-0 ball game. Manny Ibar, 3 walks, 1 intentional. He has 6 strikeouts. Harris, Alfonso, and Olerud up. Harris has struck out twice after having a 3-for-3 in the first game. 1-3-1 for the Mets. 0-1-0 for the Cardinals. As Reynoso has held the Cardinals to 1 double by Ron Gant.
You know, I take that back. That was a great curveball he threw him right there. That got the outside corner and down knee high. That was a nice pitch. He pitched him real tough there.
Yep. 2 really great pitches to freeze him. 2-0 delivery to Harris, and he drills it deep to right field. Warning track. Mayberry back, and he's got it. John Mayberry just in front of the vegetable garden.
Third baseman.
Field of Dreams. He didn't quite make it.
Well, this pitch just got away enough. The catcher set up outside, got a little bit towards the end of the bat, just enough. And Mayberry has a great arm out there. Mayberry. They had to find a spot for him to play with when McGwire came over. He was the first baseman. And he's made the adjustment out there in the outfield. He's got a very strong arm.
Tough play on that ball. Here's Edgardo Alfonso, who has accounted for the only run in this game. He's 2 for 2. He had his 10th home run in the first inning. And that has been the only run to cross the plate. Ibar misses down low. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Edgardo. Edgardo was 6 of his 10 home runs hit here at Shea. Manny Ibar, the 1-1. 2-1. Butch Huskey's gone down to play at AAA in a rehab and did play tonight in Toledo, where Norfolk won 9-7. Batted fifth in the lineup, had a 1-for-4, an RBI single, struck out, grounded out, and a sac fly also in that game. So Husky rehabbing. And of course, as we mentioned in game one, the question is, when Butch is ready to come back to play, what change do you make in the roster, or do you just try and hold him out until it's September 1?
I think they're going to try to hold him out to September 1.
I do too.
Whether I know Butch is not going to be happy about that, but I think that's going to be the right way to go.
Walk number 4 given up by Manny Ibar. Comes with one away here in the 5th inning. Now Keith thinks he's got the answer to our new Dodge quiz. Let's find out.
First baseman John.
The only player in Mets history to hit 3 grand slams in one season, 1976.
I have to say Dave Kingman.
Answer is?
Oh, I forgot about John. Of course.
John Milner. The Hammer got 3 in 76.
Dead pull hitter. He was like McCovey, just playing on a line.
Move everybody over. John Olerud's had an 0-for-2. And the fastball's on the outside corner to John Olerud. 2 long games here tonight in this doubleheader, and the Mets will have to sleep quick. They'll be back here Saturday afternoon, start the series. Andy Bennis against Bobby Jones, the Diamondbacks. Olerud, the 0-1, way outside, slipped, and a 1-1 count on John.
Hit and run here.
Big hole between first and second if John gets one to pull that way.
You've got, well, you got your line drive hitter up there. You got a 1-1 count. Maybe you want to wait to 2-1. The trouble with this guy out here, the pitcher, is he's a little bit all over the place.
Way up high again.
It's hard to call a hit and run with a pitcher like this who's up and down the strike zone. But this is certainly a count right here I wouldn't mind hitting and running with. Or you can be patient because you might get a 3-1 count, then send him.
Who would you have cover second base on this?
I would have the shortstop. I one time called the second baseman with cover on a ball, the left-hand hitter up there, and Davey yelled at me, "Never leave the right side of the infield open on a hit and run."
Runner not going, and he goes to left. Gant. So Olerud retired. 2 fly ball outs sandwiched around the Alfonso walk. Piazza coming up. Piazza led the 4th inning off with a double, but was stranded when the Mets left the bases loaded in the 4th.
I got to figure out his new song here when he comes to the plate. I know he had Voodoo Child the first time when he came over, Jimi Hendrix.
I don't know what that one was.
I have not. That one didn't ring a bell.
It's a local pizza shop theme song. 2 away, Piazza. Alfonso on at first base. Mets up 1-0. Dropped. Alfonso will stay as Lampkin finds it behind him. Ibar this inning has really been way up high out of the strike zone.
He's been very erratic this inning.
Coming up from the minors today, added to the roster after game 1. First start since June 30. 11th major league start this year. Manny Ibar, 23 years old. .1-0 pitch, even higher. 2-0.
Starting to overthrow. That's the wrap on him. He starts overthrowing, and he gets that fastball up in the strike zone. Well, this is a good pitch to hit. 2-0. I mean, you can look for your pitch to hit, and if you don't get it, just take it. Whatever you want. Pick your preference. But definitely looking gas here, that's for sure.
2-0 delivery. It was 2-1.
He's under a lot of balls. Even his back foot kind of comes out from his plant position. He's really kind of a... I've been watching him hit, and I can't quite get a grasp on what his style is.
2-1 count. Alfonso at first being held. Fly ball right. Mabry over. And he's got it. Piazza retired. 3 fly ball outs in the inning, so the Mets leave 1 on. Back after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz. We'll take you from one home plate to another. Mets leading it by a score 1-0. Edgardo Alfonso. The home run came in the first inning, and that has been it. Mondo Reynoso has given up only 1 hit. A leadoff double in the second inning to Ron Gant. He has, however, walked 4 and 1 other intentional, 5 total. Has struck out 6. The Cardinals have had somebody on every inning, even though they've had only 1 hit. Langford leads it off here. Gant and Tatis to follow. Showed bunt. I don't think he meant it. He has flied out twice. Reynoso has not given up a home run this year in the 5 starts that he's made. Left-handers have hit only 196 off Armando. Right-handers 259 coming into the game. 1-0 delivery to Langford. 1-1. It's the other advantage Armando Reynoso has going into the drive part of the season is he's only had 5 starts. With a fresh arm.
He should be strong throughout the remainder of the year.
That tired arm syndrome that hits a lot of pitchers. 1-1. Giants in losing to Chicago today 6-5. The Cubs beat Rob Nin, the Giant closer, and one of the real concerns that the Giants have, as pitching coach Bob Apodaca would understand, is that Nin has already thrown as many pitches as he did all of last year, including the playoffs. And Nin had a meeting with Dusty Baker the other day asking to be used only as a closer for 1 inning, because he's concerned that his arm's not going to make it.
Well, their starting pitching is not a plus in that club, and they've really worked that bullpen hard all year, as well as the Cubs bullpen's been overworked.
Center field. Ryan McRae under the Langford fly ball. 1 away in the 6th.
So with the Mets here being able to not overwork their bullpen, the strength of their pitching, that's going to be a plus for them down the stretch.
Fans, Ginsana is the all-natural energizer. Find the energy. Feel your Ginsana. Gant 1 for 2 with his double, and that to left. Todd Huntley will not be able to get that one. So Ron Gant has delivered the only 2 hits the Cardinals have off Armando Reynoso. Second one a single with 1 down here in the 6th inning.
Third baseman Fernando Tatis.
The Mets starters piling up some innings, which makes life a lot easier for the bullpen.
It certainly does. And look what happened with San Diego with the pitching coach there. It came over to you guys are going to be going 9 innings this year.
Yeah, Dave Stewart.
Yes. I still say there's no reason why. I know bullpens are important now, and it's an improvement in the game to have a balanced bullpen, lefties and righties to come in a closer. But there's no reason I feel that the starters can't go 7-8 innings if you got good solid starting pitching,
which is a primary problem around baseball, that you don't. 1-0 count. Tatis has walked and struck out. That one to right field. Harris. Warning track. Wall up and can't get it off the top of the wall. Late start for Gant. Gant's at third base. He's going to be held. A double by Tatis. Ron Gant had to wait to see if the ball was going to be caught and did not have a good jump, so he does not score on the double.
Catcher Tom Lampkin.
Here's the pitch. It's a hanging slider in the inner half, and Lenny just kind of misplayed this ball, had a tough time with it. The ball is going to be fading away towards the line. He got caught turning the wrong way. Gant should have scored in this ball. Gant on that play was not around the other side of second base, or on second base. He was on the first base side of second, and that was not the play. You got to get on second base and get ready to move.
He knows that. Because even if that ball's caught, he can be around second base and backtrack in plenty of time.
Right, and they're going to play off the. If he makes that play off the wall, he's not going to bump off that wall and be able to come and throw you out.
Tom Lampkin, one down, runners at second and third. Lampkin has drawn an intentional pass and popped out. Remember, the pitcher's on deck, one away. Left side of the infield moving in further than the right side, but everybody in a bit. In fact, a good bit. One down. Lampkin hitting .242. Reynoso fouled off, strike one.
This may force La Russa to make a move here, because you got his pitcher in the 8th hole in the on-deck circle. They got bullpen activity out there. There's probably be a pinch hitter here.
That's why the Mets are not walking Lampkin as they did in this 4th inning intentionally. Plus the fact there's only one away. 0-1 count. Gant at third, Tatis at second base. Mondo Reynoso with the 0-1. Lampkin takes it away. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-out single by Gant.
Here's the replay here. And when the ball bounces off like this, Gant's got to score in this ball. He just wasn't on the other side of second base, especially a guy with his speed.
1-1 the count on Lampkin. Really unusual alignment here as Baerga and Ordonez away in, or rather Alfonso and Ordonez away in at short and third, but Baerga's back at second and Olerud's in at first.
I think Lampkin's a pull hitter, and you don't want to give the big inning up here. And if you bring the infield in, 2 runs are going to score.
2-1 count on Lampkin.
I'd be a little reluctant to pitch around him here with McGee in the end. McGee is a potential pinch hitter.
3-1. Ibar, the pitcher, due up next. See him looking over into the dugout, wondering whether he's going to get to stay in the game. La Russa will make that decision depending on what Lampkin does. Three-1, 1 away. Lampkin, Reynoso, he's got the runner at home. Gant got tied up. Second run now he's seen in this doubleheader. Alfonso puts the tag on, but they got the runners moved up. Mets, however, get Gant.
Well, here it is here. Ground ball right back at Reynoso. Reynoso's got to run to the runner right here, not just give it up to the catcher. And everybody's got to close the rundown down here. That is not a successful rundown, because the reason why it fails is you've allowed the hitter to get to second base. You can see here Reynoso's sitting there. He shouldn't even be there. Olerud's the one that's got to come and move up the line and close. They didn't close hard here and get the distance between them and the runner. Well, easier said than done, but
that's the second time, Keith, though, in this doubleheader the Mets have fouled up a rundown. People in the wrong place.
Well, Reynoso's got to get that ball right there. Catch that ball. He knows when he first sees the runner halfway on third base, he's got to run right to the runner immediately and push him back towards third base. And Alfonso's got to come in and close. He throws home here. Now Alfonso's got to close. The other guy here now, see, Reynoso shouldn't even be there. He's not supposed to be there. He's supposed to be backing up Olerud. And Olerud's got to come up and close the line down, close the gap up, move up the line so you close the distance down. It allows too much time.
Yeah, now there are 2, and they did, and there are 2 in scoring position. There are 2 away, and Willie McGee's the pinch hitter. Manny Ibar out of the game.
I wouldn't pitch to him right here.
Pinch hitter.
I take my chances with Polanco.
He's the number 9 hitter on deck. Willie McGee clearly a better hitter and a veteran.
And he's done it all year off the bench for them. He's been their handyman. He's done the job starting off the bench. This would be a situation here I would pitch around Willie.
1-0 count on McGee. Down low, 2-0.
And I'm sure they are pitching around him.
Pekazik is in the bullpen. Mark Pekazik. He'll be coming on for Manny Ibar. Ibar did a good job here in the start, being called up just today, working 5 innings, giving up the 1 run on 3 hits. The home run by Edgardo Alfonso, the run. Willie McGee, 2-0 count. McGee hitting .258. Inside, he stayed back 3-0.
I'd walk him. I mean, that was the worst case scenario for the Cardinals there, to have that rundown situation. Now you got Willie McGee pinch hitting. You have to pinch hit him. He's your only left-hander on the bench, and your best left-hander on the bench, and it's a wasted at bat
if you walk him. 3-0 count. Came in with a strike, 3-1.
And a slider, 3-0.
McGee, 233 right-handed, 265 left. 3 home runs, all hit left-handed. Numbers against Reynoso.
Well, this is the beauty of the game. I mean, it's just like playing with fire here with William. I would be on my toes right now. I'm very antsy about this at bat.
3-1, and he walked him. So there is the 6th walk given up. 1 intentional.
Shortstop Placido Polanco.
And now the bases are loaded. The number 9 hitter, Polanco, coming up. There's 7 walks total with that intentional one in the game. Bases loaded. Tatis, who had a double, is on at 3rd. Lampkin, the fielder's choice, reached. He's now at 2nd. And McGee, with a walk, is on at 1st. Now, and Polanco, with 2 down, get the big hit. Mets lead it 1-0. Towards short. Ray Ordonez, the force, and that will do it. No runs, couple of hits. Cardinals leave the bases loaded. Mets up 1-0. Back after this from Dodge.